Hello and welcome to Dolphin's Dive, the weekly strategically minded Sentinels of the Multiverse and One Deck Dungeon stream hosted by yours truly, Lewd Dolphin. Handelabra believes in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity actively working against that goal is not welcome and will not be tolerated. You can follow us at Handelabra Games on Twitch and Handelabra on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can follow me personally at LewDolphin21 on Twitter, and on Twitch and Twitter is on Twitch and on YouTube is just LewDolphin, no digits. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices, as well as Analog, Cardboard, and Ink. One Deck Dungeon is available on Steam, iOS, and Android devices as well, and you can get info on that game at Sentinels. You can get info on Sentinels of the Multiverse at sentinelsdigital.com, on One Deck Dungeon on handelabra.com/onedeckdungeondigital. I went and looked up the actual URL because I've been misleading people with it, and so I wanted to give the correct information this time. So, hello missing number, how are you doing today? I want to give an apology to all viewers who were very disconcerted by the fact that Dolphin's Dive was postponed yesterday. It was a sudden decision, but this is final exam week. And yesterday morning was when the final exams for my calculus classes were administered, and we, as a department, we grade them as a group, and it was clear pretty early that it was going to take much longer than anticipated to get done. So I had to cancel my stream because it was not going to be done by 7 p.m. And I just thought it'd be easier to just move it to Friday. I didn't want to postpone it or just cancel it outright. I wanted to still do it. I just didn't think I could do it yesterday night, and thankfully I got things done, mostly done. I still have to finish grading some finals, but it's not as chaotic of a mess as it was yesterday, so I apologize if anyone was really looking forward to this. You have to put it off by 24 hours, but we're gonna do it today. Seamus, happy, good, relevant time of day to you. And Zach was showing you, not us, I wasn't watching, showing you how he sucks at games. Zach being another letdown being the Sunday streamer, and he has on his own channel been doing something about Zach sucks at games. I'm not entirely sure what it entails, but I imagine it's going through some sort of game collection that he's been meaning to go through or used to play or whatever, and he's doing it on stream for funsies. But we're not here to suck at games, we're here to talk about strategies. And One Deck Dungeon is a game that I first got into like a month ago now, and I really love it. I've actually been trying to limit my gameplay. When I get into something, I kind of go hardcore, and I've been like limiting myself to one game a day. I could easily do more. In fact, I did do more at one point, but I'm limiting myself to one game a day. And you can see in the statistics here, my personal records, you can see I've been playing all sorts of heroes and all sorts of bosses. I've yet to actually do a difficulty 3 dungeon, except maybe I randomly went. I think I went to Hellhound once because I did a quick play and I just whirled with it. But I've been trying to balance out the heroes, but as you can see, I'm not really doing a good job of that. I've basically been selecting random heroes through a random number generator, but the Witch has been selected the least, so I think I'm going to play the Witch today, and her record is 0-2, so that is pretty bad. We do have some bad records like Fanatics at 3-6. Weird, because she's supposed to be good. Archer is 2-6. Kaliana is 3-0. Kaliana is like my favorite one because he doesn't take damage as long as you don't take 3 or more than 3, and so it makes me more willing to take damage in various situations due to her mechanic. It makes me more willing to do various encounters, and so I can get Kaliana stronger much earlier than the others, and there's no permanent consequence other than lost time. The dungeons that I've been facing in the most were the difficulty 1 ones, the dragon and the mud golem, partly because I was new and partly because I wanted to fill in the early squares on progression boxes. But I have been diving into some of the difficulty 2s. But it looks like the ones I haven't beaten yet are the Minotaur or the Yeti, but I'm kind of interested in doing a difficulty 3 one today. Try to do something different. And my most favorite number to roll is a 5, apparently, so there you have it. 1,202 5s versus 1,103 6s. That's my personal. And the global all-time records here, which, oh, I see. All-time global 1 week, 1 month, which only one thing works, apparently. Oh, no, I guess there is a today stat. One week's actually the same, so I have no idea. And the 1 month, apparently no one worked with anything this month, but the all-time does seem to display correctly. And the most favorite number to roll of all time is 3s with 4,337,832. And interesting records here. Dragon is like the most fought dungeon or boss because that's of course the difficulty one in the base set. And it seems most played hero is Paladin with a record of 19,000 wins versus 32,000 losses. But so I said I was going to do the Witch today. And as you can see, we have all sorts of shenanigans here. The progression chart, as you can see here, I've been focusing on healing for everyone with the exception of Kaliana because Kaliana does not need healing. I'm focusing on aggression with her because the Fearlessness skill gives you a free heroic die on combat encounters. But we're doing the Witch today, and the Witch only has the basic skill and the extra potion for now. So it might be interesting to decide to do a difficulty 3 dungeon with the Witch. But the Witch here has 5 HP, 2 strength, 2 agility, 2 mana, so balanced across all 3. Her heroic feat is Hammer Smash. Spend 1 time to roll 2 heroic die or 3 to roll 3 heroic die. Discard 1 of the rolled die and then add a strength die or roll a strength die for each odd die in your Witch. Is there more than one Witch? This Witch. So, yeah, this is a hammer. This is not a, wand sort of thing. So the heroic feats, you can spend time to roll extra heroic die, and you can only keep 1 or 2 of them, but discarding the 1 rolled one typically means you'll discard the lowest of the 3, which means that you'll tend to have higher numbers than average for your 1 or 2 die, which is why the time spent is interesting. Now the roll a strength die for each odd die in your pool can change things. Like if you roll a 3, a 4, and a 5, if you discard the 3, you'll have a 4 and a 5, which you'll roll only 1 strength die. But maybe you're really worried about strength and you don't need that 4 because you can put it on a 3 square, in which case you could discard the 4, keep the 3 and the 5, and then roll 2 strength die, which would then be strictly better, assuming that the 4 and the 3 were going to have equal. Why does she have the Megaton Hammer? Because she was super into Ocarina of Time, I guess. I don't know. So she has the basic skill and the extra potion, and I'm just going to stick on veteran difficulty. If I reach the boss, I gain 2 extra check marks, and every level up adds a check mark, I believe, for the rules. Oops, that's not what I want. Pretty sure that's how that. But let's see, what kind of basic skill do you want? Spend mana to gain an equal strength or agility. I did say strength twice, but I did have an intentional reason for that. Spend an agility to increase another of your dice by this die's value. I do like the precision skill, but we're not really particularly strong on any of the die. True strike, spend a strength, gain a 4 of any type. Ingenuity is a peril, increase 1 of your dice by 1, which is good for, making sure you can get through the peril encounters, which can be difficult when you have limited dice. Double strike, spend a strength and gain a 3 and a 3. Inventiveness, if choosing a peril option would cost more than 1 time, reduce it to 1 time, so it can mitigate the time loss for the simpler decisions. Piercing Blast, 3 mana, reduce the difficulty of each shield box by 1. Indomitable, re-roll up to 3 of your dice by spending 1 agility. And we're back to the Force Bolt. Let's see. I think I would like Ingenuity. Double Strike I tried once, but generally it just kind of work too well because, like, you know, I could spend a 1 to gain a 3 and a 3, but that only really helps with the big squares we can plop any number of dice down. But my biggest issues have always been placing singleton. So, I don't really like the reroll options. Force Bolt is a nice one. Precision is a nice one. I think I'm gonna opt for Peril Safety because that will help earlier on because the Peril options tend to be simpler than the combat options. I find as long as I go where I'm strong with dice, but Witch is not strong with any dice. Ingenuity will let me increase one of my dice by 1. And now I want to pick a difficulty 3 dungeon. Lair of Indrex is a Forest of Shadows 1. Lich's Tomb, I believe, is not. Minotaur's Maze. Smoldering Ruins. Yeah, that's it. I probably want to go with the base game one. Just if it's going to be a difficulty 3 one, I want to try to stick with base game first. Just because. Actually, I could see whether it's where it was. From here, it's Lich's Tomb and Minotaur's Maze. Ruins. Actually, I think Smoldering Ruins is. No, it is a 4. So Lich's Tomb or Minotaur's Maze. I guess we'll take a look at the boss. Lich has equal strength, mana, ability things, 5 HP the first time each box with a skull is covered during a round. Discard the die. So even though these are 3s, you're going to put a 3 on it and you're going to lose that 3 at least. Really. Minotaur's Maze. The boss has a lot of strength happening over here and 5s and 6s on everything. 10 HP, but covering this X square, X equals 4 times the number of damage on the Minotaur. The minimum is 12. So to start with, it will be 12. But if he goes up to 9 HP or takes 9 damage and game progresses, yeah, he'll be at 9. This will be up to 36. That seems a bit. So missing number says kind of wants to see the maze. So let's try the maze. So the first level, the Deadly Maze, the Explore limit is doors. So I cannot go to 4 doors here. I'm limited to 3, which minimizes the number of encounters I can face, or reduces the number of encounters I can face rather. The level 2 extra crumbling walls, when you explore, spend an extra time. Then poison dark traps, which does not have an extra effect, but the combat encounters on level 1, we have to do two agilities to avoid heart damage. Level 2, we have the 2 agilities as well. And then the 3 strength shields, which means I have to cover these first before I can do anything else. And then those 2, plus the 12 agility to avoid 3 hearts of damage. It's pretty hard. I'll need to focus on agility and strength. But I do need to get some mana. I mean, not too much mana. But I do want to make sure I can get controllable 5s and 6s. For the peril encounters, we have a 5 shield to avoid a heart of damage as well, and then a 3 shield on level 2 as well, and on level 3, all of that plus a 6 to avoid a heart and time. So that's why it's difficulty 3, is that it's hard. Alright, so we're playing with the Witch. I don't know why I did not select. So Witch. And I could go with the standard or the hybrid, but I'm going to stick with the standard. And base healing, I'm going to go ahead and go with. I could change it to cure plus additional stuff, but I think that's more for Forest of Shadow. But I'm going to stick with healing. And so I can only heal if I use the healing spell or healing potion and not any. Or also, I forgot to read the basics, not the basics, but the innate skill, which has Inner Fire is a peril skill. Reroll up to 2 dice or gain a heroic 3. So that helps peril encounter it. First door we open is a combat. We are fighting Ogre. Ogre is very difficult, especially since I only have 6 dice, and I have to cover all these strengths and these agilities, or I take 10 hearts of damage in 3 times. So I'm not going to fight this right now because that is difficult. Going to door number 2 and see what we have. It looks like a peril. It is the Pit of Spikes. Climb around for 3 time, but it's only strength versus jump over for 14 agility, which is quite a tall order. But this dexterity skill is pretty good because guaranteed 6, which is only useful, especially when we have a 6 here for free, for sure on the Minotaur and whatnot. So I think I do want to enter. Do I want to go for the? I think I want to go for the climb around. So it's going to cost me a lot of time. Now, what I forgot about is that I can't use my heroic skill, which is problematic. But I can at least increase one of my dice by 1, which lets me cover the shield, which I have to do. And then there's not really anything else I can do. I can do inner fire, but if I gain a 3, I still can't do it. Or I can re-roll my 3, which isn't going to do it anyway. So because I screwed up, I'm going to take this damage. But the skill, I think, is worth it, nonetheless. Forgot that I don't have heroic die, so that. So now this is the rune puzzle. So now that I learned my lesson, I want to avoid jumping into this. If I can select mana and roll a 5 and a 6, I will face no issues with. But I mean, I could gain a 3. I mean, I have to roll a 5 first and foremost, and in addition, the other die needs to be a 3 or greater for inner fire to give me the aspect. But I don't want to try this. I think after the pitfall of last time, which is a little problematic because now I have to choose between the ogre or this encounter, and I certainly don't have enough dice for the ogre. So I feel already like I'm pretty cramped here. I'm gonna have to make a pretty bad decision soon. We have the Ood, who is normally fine, I guess, except we have mana we have to deal with. The potion skill is actually pretty. Change 2 of your non-heroic dice to be. But I think I do want the item. Potion will at least give me a potion token, and heroism is a great skill, but given that, you know, I can't heal off of it, well, I'm gonna enter. And because I don't have enough mana to cover all the manas, I am gonna use the heroic feat. And do I want to spend 2 time or 3 time? Well, if I can't cover the 5, then I'm gonna be spending 2 time regardless, so I should just go with the 3. Although I guess I should just go and spend it. I will discard the 3. All right, and then I could have discarded the 6. But I do want to put the 6 strength. If I discarded the 6, I could have rolled another strength die, but I'm not as worried about strength. I should be, but I'm. Dexterity, spend an agility, get a 6. Actually, let me undo that because these 2 strength ones are useless. I can spend the heroic one and get the ability 6. That way I have that 2 and I have that 2 covered. I have to cover this 2, 3, which I can do that, and then there and there. And now I have to make a lot of decisions here. The mana we can cover. I should cover with the 5, so I can put the strength, and then I can cover one of those 4. Now I have this rogue 6, which I spent for dexterity, but now I don't have a use for it. I don't have enough dice to convert, so nothing I can do. Now, certainly I spent the 2 strength ones to get this one. Certainly better than the 2 strength ones. do want to say, though, that covering this 4 is better than covering that 2. Then I don't lose time. So what I'm going to do is convert the 2 agilities to a heroic 4, and I'll cover the strength. That way I only take 1 damage, as opposed to 1 damage and 1. It's a bit better. And I do want to take the item. Will make up for the took, and I drink the potion, which will make up for the damage I took. So now I'm back to square 1, but I have, 1 potion. So I have an extra strength die. Do I go for the ogre? I could do the heroic feat basically to maximize the number of strength I get. That's probably the best I can really do. The problem is that there's a lot of agility I need to account for, and I don't have the means of overcoming that. I think I want to go for the door. Spending a lot of time. Every time I put a new door down, I'm spending ogre. And I don't want to fight the fire elemental either. That's a lot of mana that I can't get. I'm gonna flee this one. This might be a fast game. But I think because I don't have heroic die for the rune puzzle, I'm gonna go for the... And I'm gonna have to go, like, all out here in order to survive. We get a 1, a 2, and a 3. Well, that is disgusting, and I'm gonna maximize the strength that I get, so I'll discard the even number to get odds. That is a good strength roll, at least. Sort of makes it for things, but then that's not as good a roll. I think I do want to spend a heroic die, the 1, because it's... I can cover that 6, I can cover that 5, I can cover a 2. Now I kind of need to mitigate as much damage as possible, so covering the 12 cuts out 2 hearts of damage. Bring up the 9 saves me 2 hearts of damage. And I can't get the 6 covered, but I can get the 2 covered. That, and now I take 1 heart of damage. Which is not bad for that encounter. We are not maxed on... Oh, right, it's 1 item, 2 skills. So, I can go for this for an extra heart and a mana die. Brute Force, discard any number of value 5 dice, gain that many 6 strength. While getting 6 strength would be nice consistently, I'd have to discard 5s for that, and I'm not really willing to discard 5s because those are already... Mana is harder to come by. Strength I can get through Hammer Smash. Agility I can get through Dexterity. So I think I'm gonna swap out my sword and heart for the mana and heart. Because now I can go for the rune puzzle. Cipher it. Roll these 3 dice. I do have peril exclusive abilities, but I don't need them because I rolled good enough. So now I have the rune puzzle down. The skill I don't really like because roll 2 dice, or put in 2 strength die to roll a strength and a heroic. That's... I mean, I could put the 2 worst strength, but I only have 2 strength to begin with. So... I'm going to put this into experience directly. Normally I go for the skill, but... Actually, I'll go for this. Because it can be used on perils. I don't know. I don't think I want to fight the fire elemental. I don't think I'm good enough for it yet. So I'm going to go for... door. Stay on this floor. So I'm going to go here. So if I spend any time, I take damage. So I don't really want heroic feat. But we are fighting peril. But flame statues. Dodging would require me to go the agility route. Disenchanting will give me a heart of damage. Immediately you could do door penalty. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, the stairs rather, While visible, a damage token is placed here for each time spent. Each time there are 3 tokens here, one moves to a hero and the other 2 are removed. At the end of any turn, the heroes may descend. If this card is revealed while spending time to start a turn, the heroes may descend immediately. So there's 2 tokens on it right now, but anytime I spend time, it adds a heart token, but anytime there's 3 heart tokens, I take a heart of damage. So disenchant, I will take 1 heart of damage right now. If I disenchant and I fail, I will take 2 hearts of damage, plus I'll spend 3 time, which will automatically convert to a heart, so I'll just overall take 3 damage. So that's all scary. But if I do win the encounter, I get 3 experience, which will level me up, and I'll get the heroic die, because if I level up, I will get a 1 heroic die for each encounter. I'll get a potion, and I can equip 2 more items and 1 skill. So I think I'm going to go and enter it. I'm going to take the damage because I don't think I can do mana route. And hopefully get enough roll. I rolled a 5, which can go on the 5. And my 1 and 3 are not enough to cover the 8. But if I gain a heroic 3, and then I increase one of my dice by 1, I will have the 8. Take this experience directly, gives me the potion, and I don't want to fight the fire element. Harder. Hopefully we're a little more set up that we can start doing encounter freely. On level 2, when you explore, spend an extra time. So now every time I decide I want to go for a door directly instead of every time I want to explore for just 1 room, now it's 4. The Wraith, not Sentinel's Wraith. I did make it past floor 1, which is good, because now, I don't know where it says it correctly. Hero progressions. 1 check mark is earned each time you descend or level up, and an additional 3 are earned if you defeat the boss. So I descended, so I have 1 check mark, and I leveled up, so I have an additional check mark. Currently at 2 check marks, which is good for the progression. Now, if I get to 4, I can cover up all of the pentagons on crafty, which means that once I have the previous ones filled up, I will get the crafty talent. Or not. Talent is... Or no, yeah, it is a talent. The focus is the basic healing, combat, whatnot. The talent is these extra things. And the circles represent the ones from difficulty 1 dungeons, the squares from difficulty 2s, and the pentagons from difficulty 3s. But if I do a difficulty 3 dungeon, I don't have to only cover pentagons. I could cover squares and circles, and likewise, if I do a difficulty 2, I can cover squares and circles. That said, I will certainly prioritize the pentagons, because I will be less likely to accumulate them over the course of gameplay. So, but definitely I will want to get the crafty thing, because that's a basic talent, or basic focus. Basic focus you always have. Basic talents can be used in every game. But healing, combat, or dungeon, you can only choose one of those. Back to this encounter, we have the Wraith. Her thing is drained. Before the encounter, convert 1 item to experience. So even though it says I have 3 mana dice, I would actually be converting this to experience. I would not have 2 mana. But I do have a heroic die, and I would probably certainly use Hammer Smash to make up for the lack of mana after that point. You have dexterity, but I mean, I don't really agility as much. I really need more strength, but the Hammer Smash will give that to me. And persistence can at least, I don't know, help me get the strength that I need, but I already have the skill and the strength die, or the strength item. I don't know that that's... I'm gonna flee, and I'm gonna try to get a different thing. different item that I can convert in. This stores the arrow wall. So magic shield is 6 mana, rush through is 11 agility, but we do have to cover the 5 and the 3 first. So I think it's magic shield. Spend 1 time. But I have 4 dice. I got a 5, and I got a 3, and I got a 6. Perfect. I will take the item because I need to have the Wraith eat something up. Considering they make you cash in an item before fighting them, they should really offer more in the way of rewards. Well, yeah. You give 3 experience, or a dexterity, which I already have, or a strength item. Yeah, they're not really too useful directly, but since I'm very limited in the encounters that I can select, I have to be. Hello, Dover, and hello, King Banhammer. How are you all doing today? We have the Fire Elemental again. I like the consistency. Change any or all of your dice to 4s at the cost of 1 mana, or 1 agility, rather. This combos really well with another skill that can be found in this dungeon, but we haven't done that yet. So, I'm gonna go ahead and enter. I'll take the Heart of Damage. I'm gonna Hammer Smash for max effect. I need to get past this encounter. I roll a 1, a 3, and a 6, and it's tempting to discard the 6 to keep the 1 and the 3, but the 6 is good, so for the 1. Having the 1 and the 3 would let me roll 2 strength, but I'll stick with the 1. I don't need strength as 3s, and I have a 5, and I 2 6s and a 4 with strength in an encounter where I don't need strength as much. Well, that's okay, because we can convert that 6 to a heroic die. I can use persistence, actually, to roll a strength and a heroic. But if I roll like less than, like, the problem is I have a 4 and 5, which are decent to convert to heroic die as they are. So I think I'm just gonna put the 4 and the 5 here. I'm not gonna necessarily stick with that, but I can get an agility 6. Actually, I'm gonna do that to get a that. And I can put the 6 heroic on that 6. Mana 3 can go there. I can cover all of the agilities. And then the mana, I just need to get a 1. And look at this, I have a heroic 6. Yay! Alright, that worked well. And I used all my dice. I'll get consistency. And am I ready to face the Wraith? I think because of consistency, I should be fine as long as I can roll some 5s and 6s. Do it. For the strength. And Hammer Smash to max effect. Because even though it's going to cost me later, I think it's still good. Did not give me any strength die discarding that 1. I guess the 1's not going to... I'm going to actually discard the 2. Keeping the 1 will let me roll a strength, which gets me a 3. And then I can roll these. And I have 2 agility 6s. Isn't really too good. So, 3 and 3. Bearing in mind I do have consistency here. What should I do? The annoying thing is that I can't really cover that strength 5 right now. But this 1 and 2 aren't doing too much. The 2 could cover the mana. I know I do need to cover the... I'm going to do persistence. See what these rolls do. Get a 5 and a 4. The 5 is perfect. And then I should put a a die here to upgrade all other dice to 4s, except the only thing that's not a 4 at this point is... So... Put the 6... Oh, I gotta cover this shield. Well, I can put the 2 mana 5s there, cover that 6. 2s, cover the 3. I can't cover that 5. Little problematic. Because that's a shield, I have to have that covered. That's a heart and time versus 2 hearts, which is a little better. Or I can convert these to a strength or a heroic 6, and I can cover one of those with her. Which too much other than I can cover this, and now I take only 1 heart of damage. I'm trying to think if there's a way if I convert this to a 4, then I can take this 5 away, but I don't know that that helps at all. Issue is not like I can't like this 2 is just as good at covering that 2 than the 5 would. Directly helpful. And I can't get a dexterity going because these 6s are already 6s. Everything else is covering something. I think that's my best option. But I can gain an item. I successfully did all 3 doors. I'm gonna go and heal before I forget. I have 4 hearts of damage. Alright. What's behind door number 1? We have a thing. Undying. If any boxes are empty, spend 2 time. But the potion is invisibility. Spend 2 time before an encounter, skip to the claim loot phase. I don't have enough potions to really utilize it, but it is a nice skill. But I'm more focused on items. Hum-da-dum. Hello, Bolnarap. How are you doing? I think I'm gonna enter. I do need strength. I think I'm gonna spend 1 time this time. Roll 2. I roll a 5 and a 5. Well, I'll discard that 5 and I'll roll a strength. Gives me a 4. And we got the strength 6, which I needed. Have a agility 5. We have strength 5. We have enough to cover the strengths. In fact, we're perfect. I don't have to use any skill. In fact, this is a really good dice roll because the lowest number I rolled was a 4. That does not happen too often, but is really good when it does. You're able to be here. You're missing library game night because your usual babysitter got mauled by a pit bull. Oh, dang. Sorry to hear that. Hope he or she. All right. Boulder. Valor is a skill which gives you a free heroic die. Can be used on boss fight. I think that will replace persist. The issue though is that I deal with this thing. We have 3 mana. We have 1 heroic. Well, 3 of any die rather, and 1 heroic. Inner fire can increase or give me a heroic 3 or reroll 2 of my dice. Ingenuity increase 1 of my dice by 1. Persistence is not applicable. So I slow time because I'm gonna have 4 dice no matter what. Like the problem is, like I covered the 3, I covered the 5, and now I have to cover the 11 with 2 dice, which means I have to have 2. Like I have to roll 4 6s. Crappy. So I can't do that. I want the Valor skill, but I can't do. Have Shadow. Spend time for each skill you use. Considering that mana has been an issue, although I don't need mana as much against the Minotaur direct. Static Burst is... I don't know. I haven't really been using Persistence, I guess, but... Persistence. Alright, well, I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna start spending the one time, because I have to start getting skills and items and whatnot. 5 and 6. Well, I don't need the 6. I mean, 6 will cover more of the agility, but I will discard the 6 and roll a strength. And the strength gives me a 1. Yeah! Woo! I'm so happy I rolled that 1. I'm so happy I rolled that 1. I can put those towards persistence. Which spends time, unfortunately. But oh well. I rolled a 1 and a 6. Oh well, it's a heroic 6. I can't be too upset at that. I mean, I'm not going to win this encounter currently, so I'm going to use that skill. And I could do things right now. There's a gotta cover this. Tempting to use. Let's try avoiding that for a minute. Problem is that these 1s and 2s are useless right now. Other than the fact that I can make a heroic 1 to put there. This would cover the 10. This would cover the 3. Cover the 5. This would cover those. And then that. So yeah, all the things are covered. I don't have to spend time. 1, 3, 6, 3, 2, 5, 5, 4, 3. Done. Yeah, Static Burst is good. We're going to get rid of Persistence. I used it for the first time. I'm not going to use it again. Now, I would like to go against the Bolter, but that's going to hurt. Here's where getting the invisibility skill would have been nice. I do want Valor. But I would have to sacrifice, like... I don't know. I'd have to sacrifice. If I slow time and I use Inner Fire and I get a Heroic 3, it makes it a little less of a load. Still have to cover this 3 and the 5, and have 8 to cover the mana. Which means I have to roll like a 3, 4, 4, 5. Well, the 3 and the 5, and then 8 across 2 dice. And so I'm basically screwed if I roll a 1. I'm automatically screwed if I roll a 1. And I can easily do that with 4 dice. I think I'm gonna descend. At the very least, I get a check mark. Now I'm at 3 check marks. 1 for leveling up, 2 for descending. 1 more and I can cover the 4 pentagons. And I can do that if I just survive this. Alright, we have Playground! Woo! Okay, well. Lots of agilities, lots of strengths, very little mana. 100 bits, cheering the stream team, #charity. $86,768 total raised so far for direct relief. 13 more days for cheer. #charity. Learn more at link.twitch.tv/blizzardofbit. I know nothing about this, but it is nice to support a good cause. Yeah, lots of agility, and we also have this 12 that was added on this floor, and that's going to persist in every So, you know, never mind the fact that I have to cover these 4 singletons, but I also have to cover this shield, which is only 4, and this one, which is a 12, but if I don't cover it, I take 3 hearts of damage. That's like a minimum of like 7 dice, and 3 of them I already have, and I can get 1 through static burst maybe, but I am going to enter. I don't intend on winning the boss. I intend on, like, getting to the boss. Oh, perfect, because now I roll 2 strength. 6 and 1. Now let's see what we get here. So, consistency is almost certainly going to be used. Consistency will currently turn many things into force. This will certainly take away 1 agility, but this agility currently is only a 1 anyway, so. Let's do that. Change 6 of these dice to 4. Spend the 4 mana, get a 4 and a 4. And then I can increase the die by 1. Well, the strength is done, like, got all the strength. So now the rest of this is focused on the agility. So, how should we go about doing? Have the shield covered. Have a 5 covered, but we could probably better spread the dice if I... Or no, I already have a 5. Never mind. 5 heroic. 3 covered. We can get covered. Thank you, Dover. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to turn this heroic 5 into a... So now let's cover the thing. 4 there, cover that. I guess the might make more sense to actually no, let's do this heroic 5 because then I can combine this 6, get a heroic 6. And I can't cover that 5. Yeah, I'm gonna convert. Oh, did everything. Okay, well, do that, and then spend the 4 agility, and then I'll increase this agility to a 5, because then I can put that in that slot. Oh, but I gotta cover 5. Cover that 3 with the minimal that I need. Oh, I got it. But now, actually, yeah, this is actually fun. We had enough dice. We beat the plague rats! So, I already have that ability, that skill. Now we have the Goblin, X equals 4 per open door, including this one. It's just like Plague Rat! Plague Rat! I think we're gonna do the same thing we did last time. I don't expect to win the boss, but I'll at least have enough level ups. I don't know that the 2... I'll discard the 2. I mean, I could put that on the agility. At 1, and I can throw it in 6. And that lets me roll another strength, and then those. So I think the first is consistency. We have a number of small dice. And static burst. And then it's increasing strength to cover the 5. The 3, the 4, the 3, the 5, the 4, the 4, 2, the 2, and the 12 is already done. Alright. Go for the experience, and I level up! Yeah! 4 check marks. So, the cave-in. Crushing Blow is like Dexterity, but with Strength instead of Agility. Dismantle it. Bearing in mind that I'll only be rolling the 4 dice. But we rolled a 3, a 5, and a 6, and a 6. It's literally perfection. Literally perfection. There we go. Alright. Tiny Witch smashing everything with her hammer. It's just like my JRPGs. Alright, so... Bandit, making a heroic die, uses 3 dice, not 2. But Cleave is a good, but I like my skill set currently. A free agility 6, it's not free, but consistency is really good, and the agility 6 and the strength 6 actually helps already because we cover some here, and I don't worry about those as much. But look at all this agility I need to cover in this fight. Plus my mana is essentially useless because making a heroic die costs 3 dice in this fight. That's a... The ironic thing is that he gives me agility for beating him. We'll just do the same trick. Smash with the hammer! 1, 3, and 4. I'm just gonna discard the 1 and roll only 1 strength die, which is a 4. Yeah, if I discard the 4 and I use consistency, it's gonna do the same thing, but I can't do it now. Can't even oh, because I already rolled the 4. Okay, yeah, I can't do. It would have been better to discard the 4 since I'm gonna use consistency almost certainly. But almost certainly, this is actually a situation where it's questionable. We do have the strengths covered. We have at least one of the shields covered. Crushing Blow gives me a 6, I guess. That a little annoying, but that does cover up the thing. I do have the static burst. Probably should have done instead. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if I use Crushing Blow, though. Because it's not losing me a strength die. I don't really, like, have a use for mana in this fight. Well, alright, yeah, I definitely want that. So these 3s and these 4s cover the singletons. If I increase this to a 4. Then I can cover this 8. Definitely not covering the... Oh, no, actually, no, we still have dexterity. And look at this, because it takes any heroic die. I got a 6 from that. There we go. All right. Combat's done. Cleave. That is a good skill. But I like Static Burst a little better. I love consistency, and dexterity and Crushing Blow are really good, so I'm gonna take the mana die. Right, have the rune puzzle again. I mean, I can easily get to the Minotaur if I flee and then descend. So do I want to try for the rune puzzle? Because I have 3 mana, I have 1 heroic die, I can't use any of my skills other than Inner Fire and Ingenuity. If I go for Decipher It, I will certainly be descending afterwards. And I'd have to get a 3, 5, 6, 6. with 4 dice, or inner fire can mitigate it a little bit. Witty can I think I'm just gonna see what the other door is. I don't like my limited dice. I don't anticipate beating the boss, but I will have 4 check marks. Actually, if I descend, it's 5 check marks, plus an additional 2, I think. Skeleton. If any boxes are empty, spend 2 time. But I think it's a nicer spread of dice, unlike the previous. I probably don't even need to hammer smash. Actually, no. I'll hammer smash for 1. I can do that. I roll 1 and 5, so I'll discard the 1 because 5 is odd, and I'll roll the strength, which gives me a 5, and then dice. Some nice rolls. So I'll get a free. I'll get that 6. I'll hold on to that because I mean it doesn't have to be. Like I could use mana, or I can convert mana dice. So I got those, and I got a cover. Ability. Gotta cover 6, 5, and then static burst gives me the die I need. What I do? All right, we did it. And I'm gonna go for the item for extra dice, and I'm gonna descend. I'm not gonna use the potion. So, I have to cover this 12, this 6, these 5s, and these 6s. Let's see how this goes. By the way, he has 10 HP. I can do 5 damage to him in a round if I cover everything. Currently, I'm taking 14 damage. I'm not surviving. But I did roll some strength 6s already. I don't have an agility 6, but now I do. Crushing blow would give me another 6. Question is it better to cover that than the 5s with static burst? Well, the problem is I don't have this 5 or this. Really increase my mana as good. I can use static burst to increase this 5 to this 4 to a 5, but that's about the extent of it. And I don't have those 5s covered or that 5. Well, I take 2 hearts of damage if I leave those 2 5s covered. I take 4 if I think I'm gonna use crushing blow to cover that. And then static burst. I mean, I guess I don't need to cover that as well because, like, that also covers everything. Yeah, the 5s and the 6s that we have are the most annoying aspect of the fight. I can actually, yeah, I should definitely cover those 6s because I can get alternatives. Consistency, I guess. Do that. Take this 3 out, and then consistent. That back. Doesn't really do that much. Increase the mana. So I can at least cover something. Actually, it doesn't matter if it's a mana or. But then I can cover that. But now it's 3 hearts of damage, and I do 4 damage to the boss. I'll survive. I will drink a potion, because I have no other use for potions, because I never got any other potion. Because I'm dumb. Okay. have an agility 6. And then I can get that 6. That 6. Strength is the most important part of this fight. Actually, it's so important that I'm actually going to avoid spending my die like this, because I can always use consistency to increase dies to 4s. So, definitely focus on covering the 6s when I can. Cover that 5. If I increase that 5 by 1, I can make it a 6, but I'd rather do more damage to the boss, I think. But now if I use consistency, increase those dies, and use static burst, and then I can increase an agility by 1. Actually, I'm not going to increase the by 1. That's dumb. I will increase a strength by 1 because then I can cover a 5. And now, let's see, spend the agility to get this, then I can cover that one. And then I can get the thing over there covered. I can't cover both the 6 and the 5 with the strength, but I can definitely spend the heroic to get this. That's covered. I'll take 4 damage, but I'll do 5 the boss. I could mitigate it to an extent by moving this here. Then I'll do 4 damage to the boss. I mean, I have to cover up a lot of these in the next round anyway, that it kind of, like it's probably better to cover those 2s at this point, because the more damage I do to the boss, the harder the next round is anyway. So, is there something better? I could have increased this 5 to a 6, but I increased... Good trade. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Less damage to me, less damage to the boss. But notice that this is now a 32, so I have to win. But I can take 4 damage. If I can beat the boss and take only 4 damage, that's fine. Alright, consistency for sure. Only changes 3 days though, but okay. 6 covered, I have a 6 covered, I have a 5 covered, I have a 5 covered, I have a 5 covered, I have this rogue 6 that isn't anything. I'll do static burst. That by 1. Actually, I will win if I can cover that 6, which I can do. This. So I'll take 4 damage. I'll be at 5. And the Minotaur will be at 12 and he dies. I did it! I did it! I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I did it! Yeah! Woo! Ha! See? This is how this game's good, is that, I was so convinced, I'm just doing this for the experience. I'm just like, I'm not sure I could win, but I pulled it off. And I did the Minotaur's Maze, a difficulty 3 dungeon on veteran difficulty. Oh man, this is why this game is good, because it has immense strategic depth. And I gained 4 pentagons. As I said, I'm gonna put those towards crafty, and then now that extra is far more than I expected, I'll put the other 4 on grit underneath the healing talent? Not talent. Skill? Something. I'll put it under here. So now after each boss round, heal 1 damage. I still have to cover these 6 circles and 4 squares, but now I don't have to do a difficulty 3 dungeon to do that. And the other one that was suggested to me was dungeon, because knowledge lets you roll a heroic die. But I feel like fearlessness underneath aggression would be a bit better. But that doesn't require things anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just move down the list. I could put these towards like other things. I don't have to put them towards pentagons. I could put them towards squares and circles, but I feel like I might as well put them towards pentagons. After all, there's not as many pentagons, and I mean, if I can do this like 2 more times, then you don't have to worry about pentagons anymore, but yeah. I'm excited. I won that fight. I am so happy right now because I was like so resigned to losing, but it's just like Sentinels in that regard. Like you can be convinced that you're losing, but you're still in it and you can figure out how to pull out a victory out of nowhere. All right. I'm so happy about that I'm willing to say that was my one-deck dungeon game of the night. My one-deck dungeon game of the night. To thank all of my loyal viewers who are watching, we will move on to the Sentinels of the Multiverse part of the stream. Well, I was hoping for it to be like a seamless transition, but it takes time for OBS to read. Okay, so I'm gonna remember to change the game this time. This is now Sentinels of the Multiverse. I've never played a Pokemon Nuzlocke, but I've wanted to, but it's been a pretty low priority. So. Okay. So, who wants to participate in viewer's choice? Missing number almost certainly will. Missing number will. Vulnerap will. Yay! We have 2 people. We have 3 people. 3's company. Alright, I'm gonna start asking questions. To the person who calls himself Missing Number, classic or team? We have these villains, we have these villains, we have these heroes, of course, nothing new, no surprises. These environments. Let's go team this time. Oh, yeah. All right, Vulnerap. Choose. Actually, I'm going to do this a little differently since we'll... Normally, I would say 3, 4, or 5. I'm actually going to say it's 3. I decided for you it's 3. Vulnerap. Choose villain number 1 and hero number 1. You get to choose a villain and a hero because you're going to do that anyway. Villain number 2 and hero number 2, missing number. Villain number 3 and hero number 3. And then Vulnerap gets to choose the environment. I guess there's difficulty that are. You can each choose your own difficulty. 2. There. Minimizes the number of questions, makes it a little simpler. And if a 4th person chimes in, they can choose hero number 4 and villain number 4. Alright, so Setback and normal Greazer for hero and villain number 1. Hammer and Anvil and Expartiette. Environment is the tomb of Anubis. I really love the Sentinels theme. Major kudos to Jean-Marc, because this is a theme that I have listened to for 5 years and I am not sick of it yet. It is so good. Standard Operative and Mr. Fixer. Alright, so unless Famous pipes in last minute that Hammer and Anvil are advanced, we are fighting villain team Greazer, Citizens Hammer and Anvil, and the Operative versus Setback, Expartiette, and Mr. Fixer, 3 of the 5 people in Dark Watch, versus Tomb of Anubis. Let's go! Groovy news, Hepcats. One of you gets to be my next payday, so I can show the pink lady some love with new chrome. Alrighty, team, we can do this! Wait, where are my socks? Did I forget my socks again? Right. Setback has Fumbling Fool, Plucky Break, Silver Lining, and Wrong Time in Place. Kind of better for that to be in his hand rather than in his deck, because then you don't get it out of nowhere. Sorry, Realm of Discord, you're not interesting to listen to outside the context of the game. It is. It's not really that good of a song. It's definitely interesting within the game. It is thematic, just not too melodic. Expartiette has Assault Rifle, Hair Trigger Reflexes, Liquid Nitrogen Rounds, and RPG Launcher. Mr. Fixer has 2 charges, a Meditation, and Toolbox. And all of these guys are on Standard. But just to remind ourselves of how these villains work, Greazer has the Living Paycheck, which is put into play area of the hero target with the highest HP. That is the permanent nemesis of Greazer, and in this fight it will be Setback. If Greazer's nemesis is any hero character card in the same play area as the contract card, and the Living Paycheck says if this hero is ever incapacitated, Greazer is incapacitated as well, so he is tied with Setback's fate, basically. So he is an interesting guy. He's only here to pick on Setback, and then once Setback is gone, he leaves. Citizens Hammer and Anvil are an interesting duo. Citizen Hammer is immune to damage dealt by Citizen Anvil. Citizen Anvil is immune to damage dealt by Citizen Hammer. At the end of Citizen's Hammer and Anvil's turn, if Citizen Hammer is incapacitated, Citizen Hammer's character card flips and is restored to 17 HP. So if you try to take out Hammer first, Anvil brings him back. Hammer, at the end of Citizen's Hammer and Anvil's turn, Citizen Hammer deals the non-villain target with the second highest HP 2 fire damage. They start the game off with a position card and Hammer and Shield. And the position is kind of terrible if it's a particular one. The Operative. Iota Practitioner is put into play, which the only way I can really pull it up is through this. First time damage dealt by the Operative reduces a target to 0 or fewer HP each turn. The Operative deals the hero target with the highest HP 5 melee damage. It is not a particularly dangerous ongoing card, except for when she does reduce the target to 0 or fewer. At the end of the Operative's turn, the Operative deals the hero target with the second lowest HP 2 melee damage. Now, since we're not playing with Captain Cosmic, or Visionary, or Unity, or Akashtriya, you don't have other hero targets, so the Operative's end of turn ability doesn't immediately spell danger for us, but certainly it's one to watch out for. Alright, so let's start the game and see what we get. We have the Living Paycheck, which goes to Setback, as we said. Impeccable Pompadour is the hair. Cover Fire, reduce damage dealt to Citizen Hammer. Hammer and Shield, reduce damage dealt to Citizen Anvil. Iota Practitioner. And then now it's Greazer's play, and he plays Thermobaric Mine. This card enters play, put into play area, the player with the most cards in play, then this card deals each hero target in this play area 1 fire damage. Whenever a card enters this play area, this card deals each hero target in this play area 1 fire damage. I'm gonna put this on Mr. Fixer. Starting with the gen you know the best. There's not really a gen I know the best, because, like, I played Gen 1 a lot, I played Gen 2 a lot. I didn't actually beat either game. Like, I've been meaning to go back and, like, I take that back. I beat Red a lot. I beat Yellow a lot. I never actually beat Gold or Crystal. I've been meaning to do those. I just always lost interest once. But then I forgot that Pokemon was a thing in Gen 3, and then Gen 4 came out, and I got a DS, and I got back into Pokemon. But then Gen 5, because of reasons, I bet a friend I would not buy a Pokemon game again, and he said I would. And because I'm a weird person, I've owned up to the bet, even though I'm not in touch with that friend anymore, so I'm just weird. All in it? Okay. Bumbling Fool I can use to add tokens, but I discard cards. Not that that's inherently awful, but I don't know that I really want to do that. Plucky Break is better when there's tokens in my unlucky pool. I could play this to regain E. I don't really want to do that. Silver Lining, it's too early to use. Wrong time and place, much too early to use. I guess I'm going to just Bumbling Fool and get tokens. And add 3 tokens. Okay, so what did we discard in various decks? We discarded Pyro Hammer, so Citizen Hammer and Anvil were going to play this card, but now they're not. We were going to risk into a turn of events, which wouldn't have been as exciting without tokens. Expat lost an RPG launcher. Mr. Fixer lost a grease gun. Now what's my risk gonna do? It gets me Looking Up, which is a good card, I think. Cleansing Flames. Okay. Doesn't do too much because we didn't damage a single thing. That turn. So, I could blow up Iodo Practitioner. Are there terrible ongoing cards? Well, Greazer has no ongoing cards other than the Living Paycheck, which is indestructible. Actually, it's not even an ongoing card. Never mind. Hammer and Anvil have no ongoing cards, and Operative has no ongoing cards. Interesting. There are no ongoing cards in this fight. I'm gonna blow up the Iodo Practitioner just because I don't have to worry about ongoing cards. And I'm gonna damage Operative. I'm not gonna damage Greazer. Greazer can take himself out at various moments. I will hit Hammer and Shield though, because he makes it harder to take out Anvil. Then I'm gonna play the Assault Rifle. The Idolator. So, hero targets cannot regain HP. Reduce damage dealt to this card by 3. If Fanatic is active in this game, redirect all damage dealt by Fanatic to this. It's actually not too bad, because she could just use, like, a various skill. This is the nemesis of Mr. Fixer, so I'm going to put this on Operative. Now, for the big thing I had planned with Mr. Fixer. Thermobaric Mine triggers whenever a card enters this play area. So I'm going to put Meditation out. And then I'm going to search my deck for Driving Mantis. And then I'll say, oh, look, I actually am going to redirect this damage right now. Oh. And I'm going to redirect it to the Operative. And I'm going to damage the Operative because I have a Nemesis bonus. Now I have the Tire Iron, which doesn't do too much immediately. Akana. Whenever a villain target is destroyed, play the top card of the environment deck. That's not good. All the best toys. gets us the Electro Shackles. Reduce damage dealt to Greazer by targets in this play area by 1. I'm not really too concerned about that one. But I'll put it on Fixer because then I can redirect this one. Oh, but then that goes off. HYP Displacer. Put it in the play area of the hero with the highest HP. Card deals each target in this play area 1 Sonic and 1 Energy. I'll put this Setback. Electro Shackles. Reduce damage dealt to Greazer by targets in this play area by 1. I'll put that on Setback since we already did Fixer and I don't the thing to react. And then the Thermobaric Mine. Whenever a card enters this play area, this card deals each hero target in this play area 1 fire. I mean, I could put that on Fixer, but then it's gonna trigger twice whenever I play a card, and that's annoying. We'll just put it on Setback. We'll just beat up Setback. Yeah, we played all the best toys, and we got 5 toys, which is annoying. And then this goes off. And then if I play a card, something happens. But that's okay. I'll Plucky Break. Actually, no, because it didn't enter play. It's I'll hit the HYP Displacer that's on Fixer, because then that will take itself out, and I won't have to worry about it anymore. And Operative. Operative, we can take out like. Kill the hero with the highest HP. Prevent the next damage dealt by that target. Ugh. I'll put this on Expat because Fixer has only like single uses of damage. It isn't too nice. I can redirect this. Let's redirect it to Operative. Icon is going to go off, by the way. There's nothing I can do about that. Okay. The next damage is prevented. I could use liquid nitrogen rounds and reduce damage dealt by various things, but I could only reduce it by 2. Fine. Yeah, I'll do that. We will. I'll hit the shackles. Operative does do some damage. And then the cover fire. Oh, that's not really. First time Citizen Anvil is dealt turn. Right, and I haven't actually dealt Anvil damage yet. I'll hit Hammer with this so that if I do hit Anvil, damage is mitigated. Student of many masters. My Auto Practitioner was not in play, but it got brought back out, which didn't do too much. What does that card actually say directly? If not, search the Operative's trash and deck for Auto Practitioner and put it into play. This thing can. It will take itself out, but I'm gonna hit the other guys first. Because more damage to villain things. Kana plays Spike Trap. I'm actually okay with this. Spike Trap says at the start of the environment turn, deal the target with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. That will almost always be at least the hair. I'm not really worried about it at all. I will put out Tire Iron. Direct Operative. I want to have a tool in play so that if I do get Harmony, then utilize it, but didn't. Exciting. Who is considered to have the lowest HP? Well, HYP Displacer is going to take itself out. Thermobaric Mines react when cards enter play, as long as it's like fixed in play. They're not really that exciting otherwise. Electro Shackles is reducing damage dealt. Greazer, but we're not really attacking him directly. But yeah, the HYP Displacer can be used to take out the other things. So the only other thing is the Thermobaric Mine and Electro Shackles on Fixer. So let's hit the Electro Shackles. Oh no, a card was destroyed. Swinging Blades. And actually, this will hit each target for 3 melee, which is a little scary, but it will hit many things. But I could also get rid of it immediately by hitting Fixer and redirecting. Actually, no, I can't, because they have to take damage in play, so I work. Let's hit Expat. Save Fixer. This card deals each non-environment target 1. Okay. Well. Hit things. The hair's gonna react. I don't know what that's going to do though. And then Fixer will redirect to Operative. Thermobaric Mine goes to Fixer. And this redirects. Okay. So HYP Displacer will take out things. Get Judgment of Anubis. And the target with the second highest HP is Mr. Fixer. Can redirect it. That's okay. Because now this is going to trigger, which makes a Kana trigger. That whenever. Oh, it is one. What is that? That's fine though. We'll get all of the trials out. Why don't we? Oh, and now that does. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Everything's fine. Reckless Rush. I'm not gonna worry about the environment. The environment will take care of things for me, right? That's how this works. Setback will hit himself, but that's okay. Looking up is 2. Living Firebomb. Destroy the environment target with the lowest, which is Akana! That's on Fixer. Fixer likes that. Citizen Hammer deals each non-villain target 2 fire. Oh, but look, we reduced it by 1. No. Fixer, redirect, Operative. Operative will be incapped on Expat's turn. Party at Anubis' house. Oh, look, he's attacking Anubis. That's funny. Okay, so what is Operative's incap? Whenever a hero target would regain HP, that hero target only regains 1 HP instead. Well, we haven't really been utilizing HP recovery anyway, so and getting rid of Operative certainly means that we don't have to deal with her cards. We only have to focus on Greazer and Hammer and Anvil. So I think that's worth doing. Let's put out Hair Trigger Reflexes, just in case I can use it. Take out the Operative. Now next priority is Hammer and Anvil before they do something terrible. So let's whittle down Hammer and Shield and let's hit Anvil. Do have to get him down at some point. Happens here. Fixer's turn. There's no overdrive in my truck. I'll put out toolbox. This is gonna make thermobaric mind react, but I am okay with this because I can redirect one of the blues. There's Harmony. There's another driving mantis in case I lose the first one. Rod of Anubis is strictly better. Oh, but that's not what I wanted to hit actually. I want to get hammer and shield down. And in fact, tire iron triggers. Woo! Scripted. Pipe wrench is really good with driving man. And thermobaric mine is destroyed, and you hit Anvil, and hammer hits you back. Casting the roll is destroyed. Judgment of Anubis is out. So we're gonna have 2 rounds of that happening. I don't care about that. Does this matter? I can redirect one of these. Now I can actually hit Anvil. Yay. I don't think the rest. And then this goes off. I just want this to play out because I like the sound of infernal damage. Believe it or not, we're doing fine. Despite having a million environment cards in play. Okay, Impeccable Bombador gets back into play, or is already in play, whatever. Let's hit Galactra, yes! Setback is hurt, Setback is hurt, Setback incaps himself. Oops! Remember I said it doesn't matter if I do that? Well, it's okay, because Greazer just left. Greazer's gone. One hero may use a power, one player may play a card, discard the top card of every deck. Now the mission is to take out Citizen, Anvil, and Hammer. And what's the best way of utilizing that? Let's have Fixer play... I guess we want both Pipe Wrench and Harmony in play. Let's get him, let's speed that up a bit. Have Fixer play Pipe Wrench. Because damage reduction plus a redirect on the first hit is... Burn the Divide, destroy 2 equipment cards. Well, that's annoying, but I want to keep the Pipe Wrench that I just put into play. But hey, I can redirect this. And then we can deal with the assault rifle somehow. I don't know how yet, but we will figure it out. By having another one. Right, yeah, we have another one. We will put the other one into play. Okay. And then I guess I'll hit mid-jot. All right. Now I can have Fixer put out Harmony for a +1. And at +1, we'll take out Anvil, actually. So Anvil's incap says, at the start of Citizen's Hammer and Anvil's turn, the villain target with the lowest HP regains 2 HP. I can have Hammer hit himself. Alright, so now we just have to take out Citizen Hammer, which is very good. All going according to plan. Energize the target with the lowest. Bounty deals the non-environment with the second highest, which is Fixer. I'll keep that in play. I'm fine with that. Fixer doesn't take this damage. Fixer would take the next, but it still goes through because it was actually 4, not 3. Okay. Whoops. No! Bastion! No! Can't hit Hammer. I can't hit Hammer because of Bastion. Guess I'll hit Magi. Now the thing about Bastion is that it's gonna put Anvil back into play immediately, and I can hit Anvil because you play. Yeah, that's a cool. I'll totally hair trigger reflexes that. In fact, I can have Fixer take out Hammer or Anvil right away. You want to come back? Too damn bad. All right, non-villain target is dealt 1. The nice thing is that got rid of the position, which was reducing damage dealt to Hammer. Actually, this is a little better. All right, I could do incendiary rounds. I'm gonna do arsenal access in hopes of finding the shotgun or hollow points. We've got hollow point. A little better than incendiary. And Namti's actually not helping at all. Yep. Mid-Jai is actually going to do 1 damage at least, so I'm willing to leave her out. I'll at least keep Anubis in. I will redirect us to Hammer. See? All according to plan. Alright. I do not have an overdrive in my trash. I think I'm going to charge. That damage, and this is damage, and then Mid-Jai should actually tag out Hammer. Actually, not even that. The Spike Trap will take out Hammer. Yeah! Spike Trap victory! And that is this week's Viewer's Choice match. Thank you all for setting this match up. Alright, it is 8:42. I do have time tonight to do an extra game. I think I ended last week early because I had a lot of stuff to prepare, but I can do another game tonight. And typically the game that comes after Viewer's Choice is random. And since we did a team, I'm actually going to do classic this. I'm going to hit the random button once, because that's good enough. Gives me Spite. Base Spite? Base Spite. Yes. Versus Termi-Nation Bunker, Legacy, Raw Horse of Two Horizons, Action Hero Stuntman, and an Extremist Skyscraper in the Realm of Discord. What difficulty should I do? Should I do random, or should I play base because Spite is evil and I don't like him? I am a fan of the Spite is evil and I don't like him, so let's do standard. I mean, yeah. There's been a lot of debate in this channel, and on Discord, and in the Greater the Games forums, and I'm sure on Board Game Geek and just anywhere, about how to improve Spite's mechanics. Play base because Spite is evil and I don't like him. Yes! Yeah, lots of ways that Spite could have been improved. I do think the challenge rule is cool, Spite regaining HP past his maximum HP, but it doesn't really fix any of the issues that Spite had. But anyway, I'm gonna fight him. Hello, friends. Come, let us get to know each other better. I know that sounds like a Wager Master, but trust me. Remember your training. We're at our best when we all work together. Okay. So, Termi-Nation Bunker has ammo drop, decommissioned hardware, heavy plating, and upgrade mode. Legacy has flying smash, motivational charge, next evolution, and superhuman durability. Raw Horse of Two Horizons has Fire Blast, Flame Barrier, Flesh of the Sun God, and Wrathful Gaze. Action Hero Stuntman has 2 dramatic cliffhangers, a moving target, and Steal the Scene. Extremist Skyscraper has 2 aggression modulators, a Cortex Hyperstimulator, and a tonic chokeslam. Are we going to start with Thiago? Come on, Thiago. I believe in you. No, we have the Good Samaritan. And on the prowl, destroys the Good Samaritan and gives us Innocent Bystander. And he plays Lab Raid, which gives us a free drug, which is the one that is bad. One that he does things. Now, power uses are questionable because he deals damage, which heals him. So, I don't think I want to use powers. I think I'm going to do upgrade mode and ammo drop. I know I don't have many cards right now. Maybe I'll draw cards. Maybe. I don't want to discard 3. Next evolution is certainly the way to go. But then I need lead from the front to really maximize this. No use in increasing my damage if he's going to heal it back. No use in making me immune to toxic when he's back. So no. Flame Barrier at least will combo well with being hit by Spite. But yeah, I'll put that out. Actually, I do want to make sure I put lots of cards out for a later drug to eat up. I'm willing to put cards out for that sake. And to that end, I think Dramatic Cliffhanger... I have 2 of them. Moving target, I don't want to have destroyed. I'll put out Dramatic Cliffhanger. I'm not going to use my power because I'll be dealt damage. No. And then we have Sky. Vortex Hyperstimulator actually will help tremendously because it will mitigate the damage from the compound X. Now, do I want to use my base power, play a link, or move a link for my trash? I can't play a link because I have environment targets and there's no link in my trash, and the bottom card of my deck might destroy my link. So no, I don't want to do. Negative energy field. Not one that I like to have. It's going to hurt us more than it's going to help us. But Lab Ray destroys it and gives us 3 free drugs. 2 free drugs, rather. Or up to 3 drugs. Because Spite is evil and I hate him. EL602 Compound Omicron and Mind Fire. So now environment cards are not going to stay in play for too long. And the Innocent Bystander is destroyed, but Ammo Drop lets Bunker draw a card. Yay! And there's actually no damage boost. Here. Okay. I'm not going to destroy it because I'm still not going to use my powers, but I'm put out the heavy plating. And I'm going to stop the environment from playing cards because... Come on. Because that's just going to power up fights. So we'll stop that from happening before it happens. Alright, well... Do that, I guess. Is it worth doing a power? I think I still want to get lead from the front first. Or Fortitude. Actually, Fortitude... Well, Fortitude and lead from the front would like... Anyway. How much HP do I have to recover? 1. Not exciting. Staff of Ra. I can return that to hand later. My power. Stop fight from winning the game. I guess. I don't know. Moving target will be impressive once we have lead from the front. But for now, Pistol de Mitralua, and I'm not going to use a power still. Hope you're enjoying this game against Spite where nothing's happening. Now my aggression modulators are useless. You can look at your max HP on any card. If you pull up the big card, this is the... You know, Stuntman, Sentinel Comics, SC27. This 27 represents its current HP, but if you click on it, which you can tell you can because you can hover over it and you'll the flashy thing, you can click on it and we'll show the max HP of the card, which Legacy is probably the most visibly demonstrative because 27 current HP versus 32 max HP. It's one of the most common requests by people who comment on Handelabra things. They're like, I really wish I could see a hero's max HP in the game. You can, because you can see it right here. Okay, well, there's no reason to play a Link. There's no reason to go huge. If I do use a power, though, Fight will discard cards, and my base power can move a Link from my trash into my hand, so I can certainly fish for the links that I want, like a second Cortex Hyperstimulator. So I think I'm going to skip the play, but I'll use the power, but I will skip the action, and then I'll use the power part. Put any number of links into play. You may play X-Link Tinies. I don't want to do that, actually. That was not actually exciting at all. Alright. Demon's Kiss is a new drug. Forced entry, but there are no victims. I actually played both forced entries, which means theoretically now it's fine to put victims under the safe house because they'll be there permanently now. That's what sucks about forced entry. It means the game of putting victims under the safe house you don't really want to do because he'll put them back out anyway. It does keep victims temporarily safe, at least. Not really much of it. No, we don't have things in my trash. I'll put out auxiliary power source. If I put out Gatling gun, I'm gonna have to start discarding cards to keep it in play, but whatever. I'll discard a Gatling gun. Fortitude. Now I can actually use a power. He'll do 0 damage. No, he got the damage increase. No, he hasn't had the damage increase. I can galvanize safely. So did I discard one I didn't want to discard? Inspiring Presence is a nice one. Legacy Ring is a nice one, but I'm really looking for lead from the front. So that's fine. Flesh of the Sun God, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm looking for with Raw, but I'll start digging for cards because it's only doing 1 damage, so I might as well try to get the cards I want. Scorched Earth, Excavation. Those aren't really exciting cards, but Wrathful Gaze isn't exciting either. That was a wait. All right. No time to bleed. And then I'll play Steal the Scene. So I'm not really happy about the fact that now I'm tiny and I can't go huge or normal, but I could just my base power. I'm just gonna skip and draw more cards. We discarded 2 Thorathian Monolith. Discarded a Compulsion Canister. Bounding Debilitator. Yeah, so we'll just skip. Portionist is a good one with Extremist Sky. Explosive Reveal gets me normal if I want. Images. If it is a one-shot, put it into play. If it is not a one-shot, discard it. Let's avoid the ones that can destroy environment cards, which is actually Skyscraper. Bunker, turret mode, does that. Legacy, ongoing. Raw. Flame Spike. I will draw 3, discard 2. Staff of Raw. Inferno. Staff of Raw. Honestly, though, Staff of Raw isn't likely to get destroyed, but at the same time, a lot of these cards aren't going to be as exciting. This would destroy ghostly images. Or I could destroy something else. I mean, I destroy something with bunker, you could decommission hardware to get it back. Yeah, without visionary, this sort of is more annoying than it could be. I'll get rid of upgrade mode because that's the thing. This guy has not a one-shot, so I should have destroyed ghostly image. Oh well. I could have destroyed that, I guess. Lost child. All these reactions are actually mitigating the whole HP recovery aspect, so we're actually ahead for once. I don't have an additional power. Do I want to steal the scene? Powers just aren't good though. Problem. Oh, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna just say yeah. Because I want to. Then we'll get the card from the trash. There are no selectable cards. I thought, never mind, I'm dumb. Don't do that. I don't have a card in my trash, so I did do the one. I will destroy something. I could destroy... Actually, I'll destroy ammo drop. Drop, it's not doing me too much. I will draw a card, auxiliary power source. I will play a card, like auxiliary power source. I will use one of my auxiliary power sources to draw 3. Omni Cannon, ammo drop, and adhesive foam grenade. Probably should have played. I probably should have used the auxiliary power source power before I played a card, but that. Discard a card to keep the Gatling gun up and running. Ammo drop. No, not this turn. Yes, I don't really care who discards these, because I don't really have much of a reason to do much here with Legacy other than Galvanize, so cards out for the 5th drug when it comes out. No. Scorched Earth. Not Scorched Earth. Fire Blast. Draw 3, discard 2. Solar Flare. Alright, I don't need 2 fleshes. Scorched Earth isn't going to do too much. We're actually like, we're sort of getting him down. Not too far down, but he's getting down. The thing about moving target is that I can't redirect the damage from Stuntman. I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to skip. Hidden Mine is good. Lembuscade is okay. I'm not going to steal the seed. I am going to put out Proportionist. It is really good with this version of Sky, because then I could use Extravenous Assault. And then I can switch to my normal size, which makes me deal damage. Okay. Where's the It's Always Sunny? Oh, where the It's Always Funny in Philadelphia is your tornado. Hit Ra. Ra will retaliate. And that stopped the rest of the damage from happening, but it's okay because it couldn't hit Spite anyway. It would have reduced by... Hidden Bystander, Innocent Bystander, destroys Innocent Bystander. Explosive Bubbles was destroyed. No. Okay. I should actually utilize Steal the Scene like on a turn like this, but I think I probably should have used my base power if I'm gonna just to get an extra damage increase. Destroy this card to use an additional power during this turn. I don't have additional powers, so no. But I will Adhesive Foam Grenade to stop the stupid environment from powering up Spite. I will destroy Auxiliary Power Source. I will draw a card, Omni Cannon. I will play Decommission Hardware to put out. Oh, hey, look at these cards. I forgot that we just. Yeah, we'll put out Flat Cannon. Now I have a power. Well, the Decommissioned Hardware is actually really good once, you know, Spite's discarded a lot of your cards, so why have I not been doing that? Alright. No. That's damage increase. On Ra. No. Solar Flare is a dangerous card to play right now. I'm gonna go Fire Blast. Actually, I would be immune to the Flame Barrier retaliation I got. Solar Flare is not too bad. Tornado is in my deck, so I'm gonna draw 3, discard 2. Flash of the Sun God. Drawn to the Flame. Summon Staff. We did not get it, and it's gonna get discarded. Alright. Alright, we're gonna do as many damage increase as we can. Lumbuscade. Do a damage increase. Play a card. Moving target I don't actually want because that's going to trigger immediately and I don't want to use an additional power, so I will. In medias res. Yes. I will do this on Bunker's turn. Right. I want to be normal because I want to move a link from my trash into my hand. I think. I want to get Compulsion Canisters. I will put a Micro Assembler out. I could put that on a hero who's looking for a card from his deck that might help. I don't know who, though. Stylish Armor would actually be nice for Stuntman. TBH. Then I will do a link for my trash. Like Compulsion Canister. I played a Cortex Hyperstimulator. No, I played a Neutralizing Resonator, which discarded the top card of his deck, which was a Lab Raid. So we skipped the Lab Raid, guys. I will destroy Dramatic Cliffhanger. I will draw a card. Okay, Coot. I will play a card like Coot Coot. If you can't tell, I'm going for damage increases right now. I'm going to increase damage dealt by me by 1, and then I'm going to put out Hidden Mine. Oh no, I was dealt damage by Spite! No time to bleed triggers for... And then Hidden Mine was destroyed. Oh no, Hidden Mine was destroyed! Ah! Superhuman durability first, of course. Oh no, Flame Barrier reacts. I can destroy this card to draw a card and use a power. No. Like, okay, this is a little suicidal though, I guess, TBH. But I was getting bored, so I'm gonna mix it up a bit. Good Samaritan comes out. I will destroy Lembuscade. I will use a power. I will increase my damage by 1. And then I will... I don't think I'm going to do that, actually. Dramatic cliffhanger. Potential sidekick, yes! Okay, now Stuntman's probably gonna die because this is increased by 1. So no time to bleed actually goes off, which is nice, I guess, but still. Now he's gonna, yeah, he's gonna die to this. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Kind of got a bit overzealous there. Shouldn't have done all the things I did. But it was fun. And that's the important part. Maybe he should stop doing all his own stunts. Come on, Stuntman. This is a point of damage at least. The Legacy Ring! Oh good, now Legacy can actually do something. I'm gonna keep the sidekick out. I'm gonna search my deck for the Staff of Ra, and I draw a Wrathful Gaze. And then I'm going to draw into the Flame because there's one ongoing card out. What, that did actually nothing. But hey, look, my Flame Barrier goes off. That was the whole purpose of that. Stuntman, draw a card, use a power. 1 hero target may deal 1 environment target 2 melee damage. An environment target dealt damage this way deals each non-environment target 1 melee damage. Well, that doesn't help when there's no environment targets. So either draw a card or use a power. I could do double Galvanize if there's a reason to. I'm not 100% sure if there is. Explosive Reveal, I could destroy a link and deal up to X targets 2 and 2 damage each, which with 2 galvanizes would do 4 and 4, but the first is reduced by 3, so that's 1 and 4, plus I would lose one of the links, which I could use to destroy collateral damage, which doesn't really do too much, but want to get rid of that before he deals damage. I don't know. Problem is, did the graphics glitch in-game for a second, or did your eyes mess up? It did not glitch on my end, but it's possible that the stream software glitched a bit, maybe. It can happen. Maybe I'll have Sky use a power. Because bottom card shenanigans. Play a link, remove a link from my trash to my hand, and we do have a little more links in the trash. Yeah, we have a Cortex Hyperstimulator that on Spite. Bottom card was Microassembler, which I don't need as much. The first, oh, I do have the Microassembler on, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, I could destroy the one that's on Stuntman, but this one, we have the Legacy Round Legacy, so I don't need it. We have all of the Staffs of Ra. Bunker has Flat Cannon. I guess we'll put this on Sky. I'll destroy collateral damage. I'll not discard 3 cards. Cortex Hyperstimulator on Spite. Followed by... I have no links in my deck anyway. I will play a link or move a link. We'll move a link so I can get Compulsion Cannon. Important. Forcible Tectonic Chokeslam. Means Ra is gonna react. I will draw a card. Rest and recover. I do not want to play the top card of the villain deck. Oh boy, Spinning Vortex. Each player may destroy any number of their ongoing and/or equipment cards, then any hero with ongoing and/or equipment cards in play deals themselves 3 sonic damage. That's pretty annoying. But I don't want to destroy a thing because this is stupid. So, Ra's like, well, he's immune to his own damage, but he's basically sacrificed. Actually, let me undo that because I'm sacrificing 2 of my heroes, which means I should just destroy their setup. I hate Spinning Vortex. It's so bad. Well, I mean, if I destroy the Cortex Hyperstimulators, then Spite deals full damage, but if I don't, then Skyscraper gets taken out by Spite anyway. And then Ra, at least with Flame Barrier, takes himself out. I'll just destroy the rest. But Bunker and Legacy can survive because they had damage reductions. Alright, Flat Cannon. Decommissioned hardware. Firing Presence, there we go, that's a good one. Bolster Allies. Fire Blast. Living Conflagration. Rathian Monolith, that's a good one. Linky Incursion. And there's the drug, so he's flipping. And then Lost Child. The somewhat nice thing about him flipping is he doesn't regain HP anymore. And he'll deal himself self-damage. Safe house, at least. We'll have someone else discard that. Legacy can take this because it'll be reduced to 1. I think I'm just gonna stop the environment from playing cards because it's been pretty bad. And now if I do flat cannon, I deal 4 damage, reduced, or no, it is full damage. It'll be 4 damage. That will deal 2 plus 1 minus 1. So yeah, I don't want. Yeah. And then we're going to start returning cards to hand, and so I have to worry about that next. Still no lead from the front. There it is on my deck, so I'm just gonna skip and hope to draw it. Oh, there it is. All right. Yes. We're gonna start returning staves to hand. Because it's 3 HP when it enters play. Speed Fire is a good one. Would have liked that earlier. Alright, use a power. There's no reason to have a card draw. And we have heroes who have actions for a while, so I guess give it to Bunker so that he can start feeding Omni Cannon. Now, I guess the Rathian Monolith maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. So he flips, he deals blah, blah, blah. A lot of this will reduce to 0. Actually, all of it will reduce to 0. So with Rathian Monolith, then we'll have lead from the front, and I don't worry. If I do this, then she'll deal herself 4 damage and take herself out. So I'm gonna play the top card of the villain deck. Good Samaritan. The top card of the villain deck. Collateral damage. Destroys Good Samaritan. He regains. Alright, well, at least we got 5 victims in the safe house. Safe house goes off first. So that's good. Stat. Now. And now we have a bunch of repetition on Spite's End. Anything in my trash? Flat cannon's in my trash. I'll put out Omni Cannon. Now I can use this. He's not going to heal anymore, so all damage dealing is good. Why not send Inspiring back to hand? Because I want to put the Legacy Ring out. Inspiring Presence is a good plan to bring back to hand so that I can play it on my next turn, but I want to do Legacy Ring so I can do both Galvanize and Next Evolution. So now I can be immune to Toxic. And now I don't need to worry about the other heroes using power. So now I'm going to do Imbued Fire. I was going to do Staff of Rob. I'm going to do Imbued Fire. I don't need to use my base power because I have a lot of cards I still have to play, so skip that. So now one hero may use a power. It is going to be reduced by 3, though. But, Motivational charge will give us hit points. Extremist skyscraper will take herself out. So I guess I'm gonna, yeah, we'll have legacy. I could do a second galvanize. Like I'm gonna play Linky Incursion probably, and so it's possible that I could put out stuff that will be returned to hand. I think I want to be safe since I was risky earlier. I want to do motivational charge. Oh, I'll still do damage here because of all the +1s. So that gives me hit points. Orange skies. Actually, I think I'm going to emergency even. Because each hero target regains 1. I have no links in play. And then I will do something. I mean, Compulsion Canister would be fun, but it's not going to take out Spite, and I don't want to risk something bad happening. I could just play it on him on Spite directly, as it will use up his damage reduction part. Yeah. Oh. Don't I have lead from the front? Oh. I was gonna play lead from the front and then I didn't because I played Legacy Ring. Ugh. It's okay. I think we're fine. Maybe Imbued Vitality just came out. That's a bad one. Well, you know, I forgot to play the important card here, so that's not as good. But as long as he doesn't, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm going to bring Inspiring Presence to hand, because now I'm gonna do the thing. Now I'm gonna fast forward through all of these, all these targets that just entered play. All right, no, all right. Nothing to worry about other than Sky's dead. I forgot about the whole I need to lead from the front before I do the other thing, but that's okay. We might be fine. I will move up to 3 cards under Omni Cannon. Yeah, alright, we have this. It's fine. I will destroy a card like Gatling Gun. I will draw a card, Commissioned Hardware. I will... Do I have anything in my trash that's worth it? No. I will use a power like Omni Cannon. And that takes him out. Alright. We did it. I got a little annoyed at how I took out Stuntman so early, but we managed to keep our heads together and take him out. But reason number 19 million that I don't like Spite is that you have to pay attention the entire game, otherwise you screw things up. Also, Bunker did some good stuff in that game, which is nice to have Bunker do things in the game, considering everyone likes to crap on Bunker for being terrible. But it's okay. We took out Spite for the umpteenth time. We've had 3 victories today. We had a surprising 1-deck dungeon victory that I'm very happy about. A nice viewer's choice game followed by a nice random game. So I'm happy with this week's stream. I'm once again sorry that it's 1 day late, but again, I needed to spend some extra time on final exam grading yesterday, and I got that done, and now the semester's basically over, so I will start having more free time for the next 4 weeks until the spring semester starts, which is nice. But in any case, this does end Dolphin's Dive this week. I hope you enjoyed watching this stream. I enjoy your company. I enjoy anyone who sticks around for the entire time, like Missing Number. I enjoy anyone who pops in occasionally, like Bulnerap and Seamus Butler. I enjoy Evil Dice Monkey. I enjoy JZC. I enjoy all my regular viewers. I enjoy all aspects of this, and so I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to stream on the Handelabra channel. I guess I'm getting very sentimental here. That's because this is my last stream ever. No, it's not. Sorry. That's a joke. Oh, Seamus was here the entire time. You're working. All right. Yeah, so if you have not purchased Sentinels of the Multiverse or One Deck Dungeon or Bottom of the Ninth, or you haven't backed Aeon's End, I believe you can actually still back it through BackerKit or something. I'm not 100% sure. But you should check those things out. I know that Handelabra tweeted something about the the Handelabra seasons of gift giving. I should know, honestly, what this information is. Amazing that I actually remember various things concerning anything, but I know they tweeted about it, so I should check their Twitter first and foremost. Hold on, folks, and welcome to this amazing stream where I just pull up tweets live on stream. Ho ho, holy candy canes. Look at all these great deals on your favorite Handelabra titles. Grab a gift for you or your loved ones with our printable Steam Stocking Stuffer sale. Print 'em, fold 'em, gift 'em. I'll put this link in the chat. It is handelabra.com/handelabra-store. You can purchase game bundles for a discount price, like the One Deck Dungeon Forest of Shadows bundle, $16.99 discounted from $8. Sentinels of the Multiverse, the video game holiday bundle, is $54.99 discounted from $65. They imagine all of the expansions, or at least probably both. And of course, Handelabra's digital tabletop bundle, which features Sentinels of the Multiverse, the base game, One Deck Dungeon, the base game, Bottom of the Ninth, $17.99 discounted from $26.7. And then there's other below that one. Well, all these things are discounted except, I guess, for season. Okay, there's also One Deck Dungeon soundtrack, the Forest of Shadows soundtrack, and the Rogue's Journal, One Deck Dungeon digital lore book. All of the Sentinel soundtracks, all of them, which as we discussed previously, has some amazing music that even after 5 years of playing the digital game, I don't know how long it's been, after at least 5 years of playing the digital game, it still hasn't gotten old, and so I'm pretty pleased with the music that Jean-Marc has produced. So be sure to check that out if you have a friend, family, or colleague that might enjoy the digital game or has played the physical game but hasn't gotten the digital game yet, or you're trying to find a friend to play multiplayer with. You can certainly go about doing that. Those sales are good for how long? But certainly consider doing that. If you've been watching and you're wondering where to get these games, there's the Handelabra store sale right there. You can also find them on Steam and iOS and Android devices. Both One Deck Dungeon and Sentinels of the Multiverse are available there. One Deck Dungeon is not available on phones yet. Hopefully it'll be available someday in the future, but certainly there's a lot of other priorities they have to worry about, like Aeon's End and Oblivion, and life is another priority, fun fact. But if you have an iPad, or you have a tablet, or you have a computer, you can play One Deck Dungeon. If you have anything, you can play Sentinels of the Multiverse. And I really like the phone version of Sentinels. It is really good, and I'm looking forward to a future phone version for One Deck Dungeon. Anyway, if you want to see more streams of this nature, my channel, Dolphin's Dive, my stream, rather, Dolphin's Dive, is every Thursday at 7 p.m. I know this is Friday evening, but this was a weird circumstance. It is actually going to change again in the January, in the new year, because of scheduling for the school, but we do meet for now Thursdays at 7 p.m. We do strategy between One Deck Dungeon and Sentinels of the Multiverse. Lots of discussion about card plays and interactions and combos and things that work well to our favor. There's also On Deck every Monday with Pirate Savvy and Dover. There's Sentinels Live every Tuesday with John. And every first and third week of the week will include Jeremy. And then on Sunday, we have Tales from the Archive with another letdown. And certainly through the holidays, there will be some varying schedules because I don't remember when Christmas meets. But Christmas this year is on Tuesday, and New Year's Day is on the 1st, so that will certainly hamper the Sentinels live streams. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve is on Monday, so that will hamper the On Deck streams. And Tales from the Archive might be hampered based on Zach's availability. I don't really have much that goes on outside of school, and since I have the next 4 weeks off, I don't anticipate there being any issues in my next several streams, so you can at least look forward to future Dolphins Dive streams. Anyway, hope you enjoyed listening to that spiel. I hope you enjoyed listening to this entire stream. I will be around next week for more One Deck Dungeon and Sentinels of the Multiverse content. Until then, have a good week, guys. I enjoyed playing with you. Let's go feel terrible about ourselves and listen to Spite's victory music, shall we? We shall. Alright, until next week.